Hot Couch Potato.
Dude, that was it, dude. You had it. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hot Couch Potato. My name is Brent, a.k.a. Boo Wop. I'm here with my man Rick, a.k.a. A New Perfect Day. The podcast where we talk about video games and getting old. How's it going, man?
Dang it. I was like thinking about that. I was like, oh man, I turned 30. I'm going to talk about me turning 30 right now.
How does it feel, dude? Is your back sore? How's everything going?
Dude, like I said, it's all about the mentality of a person. If you think you're old, you're going to be old. You know, like I already had a coworker that was like 60 or something, and she had the mentality that she was young. So she had so much energy, more energy than me, to keep working hard through the day. But I had the mentality of being old. So as soon as I hit 30 the next day, I was like waking up super sore. My back was aching. My bottom of my feet was hurting. And then, you know, I was celebrating my birthday with my family at the fair. And then, you know, all my nephews and nieces were like, oh yeah, uncle, you're old now. You're an old man. I was like, oh, I'm 30. But some of my coworkers were like telling me, like, nah, man, you're in your prime. You age like fine wine. And I was like, okay, that makes me feel a bit better.
There you go, man. Yeah, I like that, dude. I think you're right. It's all about the mentality. You know what I mean? If you keep dragging yourself down and thinking you're old, then shit, you're gonna be old.
Exactly. And then that's the thing too, like the entire time between 20 and 30, I didn't think I was old. So like I didn't really have those stress marks on my face, and people always thought like I'm way younger.
Yeah.
But now, like ever since I like hit 30, I feel like my face is starting to cringe up a little bit. Like I'm trying to I'm sort of having these wrinkles. But I think I'm just gonna get back into the mindset that I'm still way young. You know, only a third of my life is done. I still got 2/3 left.
Yeah, man, that's the right mentality. It was just funny, you know, when I initially turned 32, I was just thinking in my mind, you know, remember when we were kids and we looked at people that were 30 as super old, dude?
Yep.
Like they should be done and set with their lives and shit already. But no, dude, they're still, yeah, man. Like you said, we're at our prime. There's still so much we have to experience. We learned so much already, dude. So we can only take it moving forward, man. Fortunately, I didn't turn 30 this week. I turned 30 a long ass time ago, so I'm even older.
No, man, you turned like 7 years old, I think.
Oh, there you go. That is very true, man. Fucking leap year, dude. It's kind of the best. But yeah, this week's been kind of crazy for me, dude. Just, I think it's the end of the month, and of course, I work at the welfare office, so people are just coming in with the wildest stories, dude. But holy shit, man, people can hustle. It's crazy. It's kind of wild, dude. I was kind of amazed at how much money she walked away with, dude. I gotta get my game up on finessing the system, dude. But yeah, what have you been playing games this week, dude? I know I haven't really been playing State of Decay 2, but are you still on that?
Yeah. Well, I just played for a couple times with Dustin, and Dustin convinced me. I don't know if I talked about it before, but Dustin convinced me to delete or exile my Wakanda guy.
No, you're number one,
dude? My super soldier dude. Yeah, like he was like, you know, he had all the good perks. He had great stamina, great shooting, great everything. And then he was computers. He had computers, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. I don't think I should. And then Dustin was like, nah, you know, eventually you gotta go to the next level. Just do it. And I was like, you know what, Dustin, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Dustin. And then so once I did it, I made my weakest guy. He's like literally has 1-star shooting, and that's his max. And he has like fishing skills, and you know, he's just weak. Oh, and then I found out he has -7 morale, which is freaking crazy.
Does he keep fighting everybody or what?
No, it's because it says it's from a fishing town, and so people don't take kindly to that. Something, I don't know. It just said something like that. That he's from a fishing town, so no one believes him or something. And now I have -7 morale, but it's not too bad. But anyways, once I exiled the guy, like I saw all of the builder because he's a builder. All
Mhm.
the builder legacy missions like started showing up, and I was like, oh, okay, this
Oh,
seems
okay.
like pretty easy and all that. And I was like doing all of it, and then I think 2 days later, Dustin like texted me. He's like, oh yeah, hey, did you check that? Yeah, they fixed the sheriff mission. So basically, I exiled them for no reason. And I was like,
Oh
oh
no,
my
dude.
god. I was like in the middle of work and I was just like kind of crying to myself. I was like, you know what? Let me convince myself that it was time to go. It was time to change and let him go. And he had to be strong on himself. And that's
Wait,
why I exiled him.
no
And when he
way.
and when he left too, he wasn't even mad. He was just like, "Oh, I see, guys. Take care," kind of thing. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "God damn!" Every time I exile somebody, they're like, "Fuck you!" If I see you out here, you're dead. But my sheriff dude was like, "You know what? Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys later," kind of thing. And I felt bad. And I was like, "Oh my god." I exiled my super soldier. And I was like, ah.
What? So how long was it? It was just 2 days after you exiled your sheriff boss that they fixed the sheriff legacy
That
mission.
they implemented, yeah, a lot of bug fixes and stuff like that.
Oh my
And
god,
then I was
dude.
like, oh man. And I saw like more stuff like showing up. And I was like, oh, okay. These are all the missions that didn't spawn because of the bugs, but
Mm.
damn it, dude. It's like, oh, it's okay. I didn't really like the sheriff guy. I keep telling myself
No, what are you
that.
talking about, dude? What kind of forever?
Yeah, he was actually my best. He was my
No,
number
it's
one
okay, dude. And if you have a builder as your leader in your next playthrough, you have free water and energy, dude.
Oh
You could
yeah.
save. It saves a lot, dude. That's what I'm working on now. I think is my leader right now is a builder, so that the next time I don't have to take over a fucking energy plant or a water tower. I could save myself like those 2 slots. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I've noticed too that he also has fishing and it provides 2 free foods a day.
What? Really?
Like
Only if he's your leader? Or
no, it's his fishing skill. I looked at it, it said additional 2 foods a day. And I was like, what? So I don't need 2 foods. I don't need water and electric. So
that's
gonna be
actually
great when I
not
move
bad,
on.
man. It sucks you can't like physically fish. You know what I mean? As a mini game, because I know
Oh
that's
yeah, because
your
I
number
thought that
one,
was gonna
dude.
be yeah, I thought that was gonna be the case, but it's a passive skill. Oh, and his legacy or hero thing is -1 zombie threat. So
Okay.
everything is pretty good with that guy. It's just he's in no mode for combat. Like his stamina's low, and I can't shoot. And also he has -7 morale. It's like I guess he would just stay in the base the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Um. Yeah, I haven't played anything else, man. Or you just mainly been playing State of
Pokemon
Decay?
Go, hell yeah! I've been been out and about playing Pokemon Go. Just catching all these Pokemons, and then what's crazy is that I've been playing Pokemon Go in downtown LA,
Mm-hmm.
and basically, there's a lot of raids going on, and the majority of the raids I can't do by myself. You need to team up with other people and whatnot, and
How many people do you need to do a raid with in Pokemon Go?
Like if you do a level 1 raid and depending on the monster, you can knock it out by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're kind of high level, like I knocked out a couple by myself, but then the ones that are like legendary and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
you need like maybe +5 extra people to attack it at the same time and then the thing is too, when you defeat the raid, you have a chance to catch it, but depending on how well you do in the raid, you only get a certain amount of Pokeballs, like maybe 10 raid Pokeballs.
What? You don't have your own? You can't just use your own Pokeballs for
You
it?
can't use your own, but you can use your own like raspberries or whatnot to
Okay.
like lure it.
Mm.
But the thing is, these guys have percentages of their capture rate. So, like for example, Mewtwo is a 2% or something
What
like
the
that
fuck?
of
That's
being
super
caught.
low.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I was reading on how to increase it. You just have to do the curve the ball or get like great or excellent and feeding them the raspberries and all that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
that all plays a great factor into it. But it's just the legendary ones, the ones that you have to raid, it's really, really low capture rate. And I was like, you only get like 10 to like maybe 14 Pokeballs. So 10 to, and if you miss, then you just wasted a chance. So
Damn,
I missed a
dude.
couple of times. I was like, fuck. But yeah, been playing Pokemon Go, caught a lot of Pokemon. Playing with the friends. We went out last night to Seaport and whatnot to go look for some more Pokemon, but it turns out we couldn't find any raids. You know, every day we always been seeing a lot of raids going on, but we've been so far apart, so I had no team.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, okay, tonight we're gonna actually go and raid, and you know, since we have a team, but it turns out not a single raid like popped up, which was the most craziest thing ever. And we were like in downtown LA. I mean downtown San Diego.
Are they only on at certain times, or are they on all day?
They're on randomly. The thing is, you're given like almost like maybe 50 to 30 minutes to go to it and actually battle it. And then when you join a raid, you're actually timed for like maybe, I don't remember, it was like 180 seconds or something like that to beat the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it a little bit more complicated, especially like if you're doing it by yourself. You have to take down so much HP by yourself or with people. And if you guys don't complete it in time, then you have to restart the whole battle all over again.
Okay. Because I always there's always one when I leave work. Like whenever I leave work, I get that notification saying a raid is starting nearby. And I'm like,
Exactly.
okay, cool. I just throw my phone away. So do you have to fight the legendary Pokemon? Or what do you have to do in the raid?
You just, you know, it's your normal gym battle. You have to fight, you know, bring out your 6 Pokemon to take down that one specific Pokemon. But the thing is, it's like that Pokemon has like crazy amount of HP.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool too, like if you're battling with other people in the raid, you can see the other person's Pokemon in the background while you guys are attacking the same Pokemon. But other than that, I haven't really seen too much of the raid battling system like the legendary ones. I got my ass whooped. I attempted to fight it by myself, and I brought it down by like 1 out of 100 health or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So you barely put a dent in it by yourself. Man.
Yeah, I was basically spitting on it, and it was like, what the fuck? And then annihilated my entire team. Like, I need more people.
So you don't see anybody at all, like when you're out at work on the buses or anything. You don't really see anybody out there playing that shit anymore, huh?
Sorta. It's like people are pretty good at hiding themselves. Like I was at what you call it, bus stop, and it was like a pretty populated area, but then the bus area was only like a bunch of old people. And I was like, okay, these old people, like, they're old, you know, they're not gonna be attacking this gym. So I was attacking the gym, I knocked it out, put my Pokemon down, and I was still at the bus stop, and then I realized my gym went down. Somebody attacked my Pokemon and put their Pokemon, and I was like looking around to see who had their phone out, and I was like, okay, who is doing this stuff? And it was like nobody else had their phone out. So I was like, damn, either these old people are playing Pokemon or these guys are pretty good at just like hiding and like sniping or something like that. So it's cool. I think there's on average there's like maybe 4 or 5 people around like each gym, but it's kind of hard to actually locate them.
You didn't see? Doesn't it show? Doesn't it show the person's username or trainer name on the gym?
Like it does. Whoever owns it? Like whoever owns it. And
you could have deduced from their username who uses it or who got it.
Well, I don't know, like who the actual person holding the phone, you know, it's like, who's playing, who has their phone out. I couldn't even find that person. I was like, damn, you're really either across the street or something.
I remember we were at, this is like early, like one of the first times we went to J Street Marina, you know what I mean? Where there was nobody there. and there's that one Pokestop like right at the front where those benches are and stuff. And I remember everybody was putting on. What do you put on there to have it spawn more items quickly? What's it called?
There's Pokemon Lure or Incense.
Oh, lure. Someone put a lure on there, right? And he was like, "It's all right, guys. I got this one." As some stranger told us, and then he put the lure on there, and it said his username was like Skater Kid 99 or some shit like that, right? And he was out there skateboarding, dude. So it's just funny seeing people's like
that's pretty cool
usernames and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I wonder if anybody would be around and see Boo Wop on there. They would not expect that would be me, dude. Like, who's just taking my gym? Fucking Boo Wop. Who is this guy? People looking around, dude.
You're like dressed in a suit and tie and all.
I know, man.
Yeah, I try to be sneaky too with that stuff. Like I was like walking past one of the gyms and I was attacking it, but I was like kind of crossing the street, bending down, like opening my backpack, but I was actually attacking the gym at the same time. So, and I was like looking up, not looking at my phone, attacking the gym. So I was like kind of doing these little subtle cues that I'm not like
it's like tapping your phone but not looking at it, dude.
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing.
Oh man, dude, that's too funny, dude. I've kind of been stuck, dude, on Dark Souls, man. I think I got the addiction back, dude.
Yeah. Is this the remastered version, right?
Exactly. I think it's because I found my favorite weapon, the Dark Knight Sword, because I used that weapon throughout Dark Souls 3, you know? And I found it, buffed it up to like +5 off the jump because I had a bunch of, I think it was Twinkling Titanite I needed, but I buffed it up all the way to 5+, and I've just been tearing shit up, dude.
Hell yeah.
So I've beaten all 4 of the lords, and now I'm in the DLC. So I just fought Artorias, which is like the hardest fight I think so far I've had in the game.
Yeah, he's pretty tough, right?
Yeah, dude, because he plays like a Bloodborne boss where he's super fast. He plays like Maria, you know, he's jumping around super fast. He gets stronger over time and can just kill you in one hit. He has this stupid ass like attack where he flips and slams his sword into the ground, and it'll knock you down into the ground. He'll do it again while you're on the ground and hit you again. And I've seen him do it up to 3 times. And I was like, are you serious, dude? I get hit once and I can't get up, dude. You're a fucking asshole, man.
Dude, John Raymond said he was like, it was an easy fight. And I was like, oh,
no.
Yeah, what did you use? Magic. I was like, oh yeah, of course it would be easy.
The thing with it too is like, because I have the fire hand too. That shit just takes forever, dude.
Because you have to stand still, look at your hand for a second, think about life, and then throw in a fireball.
I know. That's what I hate. I mean, I know it gets OP because I think I have it like, I think I have Chaos Flame +2 or something, right? Like I found that lady in Darkroot Basin that can buff it up even higher. So I have that +2, and it is no matter what, your hand glows. You look down at your hand, and then you throw the fireball. And the thing is like you must have the most babyest arms in the world because the fireball like goes forward and then down, dude. Like
and
you have to
super down.
Yeah,
because it's kind of heavy. It's a heavy fireball.
You have to be super close to hit the guy, man. It's so trash, dude. And then there's just not enough time to use that against Artorias. He's just always moving. They give you a big arena to fight him in, but that's just like not even worth it, dude.
You can parry him if you want to do that.
No, that's never been my style in Dark Souls, dude. In Bloodborne, sure. If I have some distance and I can shoot bullets at you to parry you, fine. But no way, man.
Did you fight the dragon yet? The giant dragon?
No, but I went down to that area, and I don't know. I can't get past. Like, he keeps breathing lightning everywhere, and I can't go anywhere. Do I have to just run to the end of that area, or because it's like a river or something? And then once I pass this part in the river, he just keeps flying back and forth and shooting fire down and killing me. So I'm assuming there's like a back door or something.
Yeah, it's like where you fight him is like a huge, like I think it's a river, and it's like a huge empty field kind of.
Yeah.
But I just don't remember exactly. I blocked everything out of my memory, but I just remember I spent like all my life on him because I was trying to get his tail, and it's like, oh god, you have to chop off his tail.
I'll try to get it, dude. I'll try to continue the tradition of cutting off dragon tails, dude.
Yep.
But yeah, I think you could see, because the way that Dark Souls was made, it's still, you could tell it's made in between Demon Souls and the more modern. I mean, I haven't played 2 yet, but you could tell it's like the game between Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 and 3, just because of how everything's set up. You can't really warp to all the bonfires or anything like that. In fact, the way they chose which bonfires you can go to is just like super random to me. You could warp to 2 bonfires that are super close to each other, but if you want to get to a bonfire in Lost Izalith, there's like only one. The place with the lava and shit. There's only like one bonfire somewhere random that's like far from that last boss. And that was the most trash boss I think I've ever fought in a Dark Souls game. Bed of Chaos. Do you remember that one?
Is that the thing down below after you fight the witch?
After the witch.
Oh wait, no, she is the witch. I think like she's in the wall or something, or like.
It's like a giant tree.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the worst boss I've ever fought. So I died 3 times to that boss, right?
Mm-hmm.
First time I ran in, I was like trying to figure out what to do, and I finally decided, I'm gonna run to the glowing shit. So there's like 2 orange glowy things on each side of this thing. So I run to one side, and there's something I can break. So I just break it, and then the boss gets weak or whatever. So then I start running for the other side. The floor breaks beneath me, and I fall through the floor. First death. Second death, I go over there, and I go for, and it saved my progress in the boss fight. Like, the left side that I attacked was dead already. So I was like, okay, cool. I just have to get the right side, and then I assume I go in the middle, or the fight starts. So this time I go on the right side, kill that thing, and I start making my way towards the front to try and fight the boss. I'll fall in the floor again. Like, the floor breaks beneath me, and I fall. I'm like, okay, cool. Because every time you go in, you like slide down this ramp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the funnest part. Like, I don't think there's any other part in any other Souls games where you could just slide and kind of control which way you're sliding down a ramp and shit. It was amazing. I love that part.
Yeah.
And so I run forward. So I land in the third and final time, and I see the same kind of glowing symbols in the middle, just right in front of me. All I have to do are get past the boss's arms, and he has like some sides going into the floor and stuff. So I run forward again. I die. The floor breaks under me. But as I'm falling down, I see there's like a route I'm supposed to go onto in this hole to like make my way back up into the middle. So yeah, that's how I died 3 times against that boss. It's just each time getting rid of one part. And then the boss just ends up being like some small piece of shit like worm in the middle of this boss, dude. But it super reminded me of the last boss in Demon Souls, right? Because he's in the middle of the Great One. It looks like a little piece of shit worm like that. You have to break a bunch of branches and shit.
Exactly.
But no, easily the worst boss fight I've ever had in any of those games, dude. It's completely true. That whole area sucked, man. With the lava, Lost Izalith, dude.
I think there's the Onion Knight is down there somewhere.
Yes.
Like, I don't remember what he helps you with, though.
So I think what I'm most proud of is because I didn't really use any walkthroughs or any playthroughs to like figure out how to get through anything in this run of Dark Souls. I really wanted to be like blind, you know. And usually when you do this kind of shit blind, like you don't know what triggers like the side stories or anything, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of the side stories kind of end in Lost Izalith. Artorias, the dude, Praise the Sun dude, his story ends there because he's looking for, you know, the sun down there. He ends up going crazy and shit, so you fight him and kill him down there. And then Sigurd, I think I fucked up his storyline because you save him in the Duke's archives in that library, right? He's inside of what do you call it? He's inside of a crystal monster or something like that. But when you talk to him, it's a chick. And you figure out, oh shit, it's his daughter. His daughter's like looking for him too, right? But I think I answered one of her questions wrong. I told her I hadn't seen him in the library because I really hadn't seen him there at all. So she's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll look for him. So the next time I saw him was in, I think,
library.
No, in Blighttown.
Oh.
And Blighttown, he was like, oh man, do you have some purple moss? I can't get through this shit. So I gave him some purple moss to heal the poison. And then, yeah, I ran into him in Lost Izalith. He was like, well, I think I fell through the floor. And then there's a hole in the middle of this area we fell in. And there's like, I can't describe it other than the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars. So there's just like these mouths under us and shit, dude. They're just down there waiting for us to just jump in the hole so they could eat us. It's crazy. There was like 4 or 5 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
he's like, you know what? You've saved me. Like, and you do. I ran into him like 3 or 4 times. Anor Londo, Sen's Fortress. I ran into him in all these places, and every time I kind of killed all the monsters around him. So he's like, oh, thanks for helping me out. Let's get out of this, you know? So at this point, we're here. We're just standing at this ledge. There's all these mouths just below us. If we jump down, they're going to eat us and shit. And he's like, you know what? You've saved me so many times. It's time for me to repay the favor. And he goes, for Katarina, and jumps down there, dude, and starts fighting and shit. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to let him go down alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I jump down there and I'm helping him fight, dude. We just whoop everything's ass. And then he lives. Like, he lived at the end of it. He almost died, actually, because one of the monsters picked him up and put him in its mouth and shit and spit him out. And I was like, oh my God. While we were fighting, it was crazy.
Damn.
But when we were done, he kind of stood in the back in this corner or something, and he's like, oh man, you were supposed to escape, but you helped me again. Thank you. And then he just dies. I don't know. He's like, oh, my daughter. And he just, like, I don't know. He just dies. I don't know why. I think, oh, you know, because we were standing in poison maybe or something. But maybe that was like the end of his storyline at that point. But I was like, yes, dude. I've completed his storyline, you know what I mean? Because usually, like in Dark Souls 3, if you don't do the slightest thing, you know, if you don't talk to somebody, you end up fucking ruining their storyline or something, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool how, like, in this one, I was able to keep up with most of what was going on. Big Hat Logan, the sorcerer, I did his whole storyline. That was pretty funny.
The Thorn guy. Did you do the guy with the Thorn armor? Did you let him kill your Firekeeper thing?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
And you know what I did though is I freed him, but I killed him because I knew he was gonna kill her, and I wanted to buff my my Estus flasks. One I did mess up on, I think, is in Anor Londo, there's like a secret room or something, right? And the only reason I know about this secret room is because it's in Dark Souls 3. There's like this wall that you hit in Dark Souls 3, and you can walk through, and it's like where you, spoiler alert, it's where you get married and shit. So I was in this similar hallway in the similar room in Dark Souls 1, and you know, you go to Anor Londo in both games, and I was like, this looks familiar, dude. I wonder what happens if I hit this statue. I hit it, boom. There's that hallway. I'm like, whoa, crazy. Oh. But there was like a shadow or fog or something. So I was like, oh, is there a boss here? And I go through it, and sure enough, I was fighting Gwendolyn, I think. It was like some fucking...
Oh, the brother.
Yeah, he has like octopus legs and shit.
And you have to like kind of keep chasing him down the hall?
He just teleports down the hall. Yeah. So I think he said something, you better kneel before me or face the consequences. And I was like, bitch, I'm not bowing to you, dude. So I just ran in there and killed him. And then when I went back to the main bonfire, there's a person over there that like tends to the fire, and they were like, you've killed our god, now I shall kill you. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? She did magic on her sword and turned it all giant and shit and started attacking me, so I had to kill her. And when I killed her, that bonfire went out, so I can't use that bonfire anymore. I was pissed.
If you kill the sister, I think the sun goes out and everything becomes purely dark.
Oh yeah, no, we're not killing her, dude. We're keeping her alive for the sanctity of Anor Londo, dude. Well, I just thought that shit was crazy, man. I was like, whoa. Like, at first I wasn't expecting that room to be there, you know, just because I'd run into it in Dark Souls 3. Second, fighting that boss was fun. And then third, the fact that that's actually the leader of the covenant this lady was a part of. Whoopsie daisy, dude. But I'm having a good time with it, man. Like I said, I found my stride with my favorite weapon. It definitely handles itself the same way as it does in other Dark Souls type games, and Dark Souls 3. It's the one I used in all of Dark Souls 3, so I've just been kicking ass. I'm in the DLC right now, so I finished all the content for the main game. I think all I have to do is put all their souls in the vessel, and then I get to fight Gwyn. But yeah, I'm gonna clean through the DLC and then fight the last boss. And I barely learned about kindling right now, dude.
What was kindling again?
Kindling is when you use humanity at bonfires, and it lets you have more than 5 Estus flasks.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea, dude. So I was playing this entire game
with like 5 Estus flasks.
Or I would warp to the Firelink Shrine, because the Firelink Shrine like automatically has some kindling in it, right? So that would give me 10. So I would warp to Firelink and then warp back out to somewhere else just so I'd have 10 Estus flasks, dude. Like, that's what I was doing against Artorias, man. I was pissed because I would go back to like Firelink Shrine and then I would go
all
back
the
to
way
the
back.
DLC. Yeah, dude. And then by the time I get to the boss, I maybe have 6 or 7 Estus flasks left. But I would have it make sense in my mind and be like, this is 2 more than I would ever have if I just walked straight here. So it's funny, man. And there's this guy, right? So apparently in the DLC, someone is just transporting or capturing all these warriors from all around different time periods and stuff and sticking them in one place, right? That's how I understand the DLC so far. There's this other guy in there that's wearing a top hat, a black cloak, and has ties around his leg, dude. Is that a Bloodborne character? Is that crazy?
I don't know.
Because there's this guy down there with me who's like, oh, you must be a warrior from a forgotten time as well. Welcome. And then he's wearing a black top hat. In Bloodborne, they have the tie around their leg because that's where they put the beast blood and shit like that.
Yeah, they stab their legs.
Yeah, dude. His name is like the Marvelous Chester or something. I fought his what do you call it? His dark version or whatever in the town already. But yeah, man, I was thinking to myself, holy shit, is this guy like? Did they call their shot with Bloodborne? Like, back then, that'd be crazy, dude. But I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's like how they do things. They kind of tie things, or at least the elements together. You're like, oh shit, this was like kind of in Demon Souls. Like you're saying, like the worm is similar, and and they have like mentions of how the world was, which drafts back to either like Bloodborne or Demon Souls. It's just, even though it might not be directly connected, it's just they have lore that like suggests it, and that way you can like, think about the possibilities.
Yeah,
that's what makes it great.
Yeah, I think so. And then at the same time, I'm kind of glad that they wrapped it up with Dark Souls 3, because I think they use the same storylines over and over and over, right? Like there's always what's his name in Dark Souls 1? It's like Siegmeyer of Katarina, the Onion Knight. There's a very, very similar character to that in 3. I think his name is Sigurd in that game. And you do the same thing, you save him. Patches. I ran into Patches. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the Giant's Tomb. Oh my god, that's the infamous gif where the guy's just walking something pitch black, turns right and sees a skeleton's face, so he walks away and just gets smashed by a sword by another skeleton. I was in that area, and that area sucks, dude.
That's where it's like pitch black everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you can only you have the lantern, but you either have to give up your sword or you put away your shield in order to like that dude. See, back then that was the area that me and John Raymond were having a tough time getting through, and then he said that he like beat that area with like no problem, and I was like, how did you do that? before the glitches and all that, there was a glitch where if you had a really powerful weapon, there's a shield where you can throw that, and the damage is modified or amplified by whatever you're holding in your right hand. So he has like a super crazy powerful weapon in his right hand, but when you throw the shield, it like times that right hand by 3 and puts it on the shield throw. And so he's at a distance throwing the shield into like nothingness, even though like it's not hitting anything, and then you'll eventually hit the monster in the dark and like kill him in like one shot. And I was like, dude, me personally, when I went down there, I was like fucking blind. Like I had like my little tiny shield, and like I kept bringing out my lantern, take 2 steps forward, bring back my shield and lantern. It was tough. And then plus you can fall like anywhere down there. There's there's ledges that you have to crawl, and there's a giant skeleton that's blocking that path. And oh man, I had to map out everything like really, really, really slowly, and I was like clicking my target lock on like the entire
the whole time, dude. Same here, man. I remember because there's 2 types of, maybe 3 types of skeletons down there. They're all giant skeletons, right? And there's the dog ones, which are really just giant dogs, and they're just panting in the dark like dogs, dude. Like you'll be standing there, it's pitch black, you can just see the ground around you, and it's like you're like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And there's always a bunch of them around you, so you never know, And they have this lunging attack that'll just get you from nowhere. And then there's the regular ones that are just standing up with a curved sword or scimitar or whatever. And then there's ones that are shooting arrows at you.
The arrows ones suck too,
because you don't know where they're at, and they bait you so hard in the beginning, right? When you first go into that area, it's pitch black, and they just have the little prism stones to show you where to go in the beginning, and you're walking on these prism stones, and you don't realize they lead you straight into a skeleton, dude. I was pissed.
Did you fight the boss down there, the death guy, or I forgot what it is?
Gravelord Nito, yeah.
Yeah.
I met him before. I joined his covenant, and then I killed him. So R.I.P. my covenant, man. But there's just so much in this game, dude. Not even to mention New Londo with the friggin' ghosts, dude, that you can't attack unless you use an item on your sword.
Is that Drake the winter Valley. Area?
No, that's the one in water. That's the one in water.
The water.
All the way at the bottom, yeah. And then, the painted world of Artemis or something like that. That's that winter world, which is kind of like, what's that place in Bloodborne called? Where the Wild Bloods live at?
The ice area where they get invitation,
Yeah, that's kind of just like a separate thing from the entire game, but it's the same thing. It's like this castle on a mountaintop of snow, you know what I mean? One of my favorite moments from there is in the courtyard of this castle. There's like a statue of a lady, and then there's a bunch of like, I don't know, they look like bodies that have been melted together, and they're all holding shields and spears and stuff, around this statue, kind of 300 style, and at first I thought it was part of the statue. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, they're all just defending their queen or something like that. And I walk into the courtyard. The moment I step foot into the courtyard, all these dudes in the shields start moving. They're like scooting around on the floor. I'm like, fuck no, dude. I just leave that area so quick. But yeah, man, I think a lot of people say the original Dark Souls is their favorite, and I think it's definitely shaping up to be for me too. I mean, this is even after playing Dark Souls 3. I think what people were saying, their complaints about how the map is kind of restricted in Dark Souls 3, I could see where they're coming from with that now. I mean, they throw you in one, and it's either you can go up or down, it doesn't matter. And if you're stubborn enough to keep going down, you know what I'm saying, you can really make it if you want to. The only thing that pissed me off is I think I went all the way through, well, not all the way, but I went most of the way through Lost Izalith until you actually run into that golden fog that you can't get past unless you talk to that weird serpent with teeth from the ground, dude. What the fuck is
the
that all
Dark
about?
Serpent.
Yeah, dude. Like that shit is so confusing to me, dude. They just like come out of nowhere, like, "Hey, let me eat you and take you downstairs." Like, what the fuck? All right,
You're
dude.
like, nope.
Yeah, and every time I try to go back, he's sleeping, so I just like jump down there myself and shit, dude. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna try and finish the DLC tonight, and get to the game, dude. But no, Dark Souls, man, #1. So far, so good. I think I'm actually gonna play 2 after this, dude.
Yes, you gotta finish the story.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Probably gonna kill myself in 2 because dodge rolling is like not a thing, dude.
Dark magic is OP in that #2. So,
dude, I definitely gotta use it then. Yeah, see, that's the crazy thing too, man. So with my PlayStation 4 Pro, right when I bought it, they gave me a code for 20% off in the store, right? I think I told you about this. That I could use until yesterday, pretty much until June 30th. Since I've been so caught up in Dark Souls, dude, I forgot to use it.
No,
I know, dude. I was gonna try and pick up God of War for like $40, but not anymore, dude. That shit expired. RIP.
Can you like go back to them and like, please, kind sir, give me another one?
I don't know. No, because it's one of the little pamphlets in the PlayStation box. So it's actually from Sony. You know, I guess they want you to use it on your first game that you buy or something like that with the system. But yeah, dude, RIP to me, man. Steam summer sales, are those still going on?
Yeah, I think so. I still gotta buy that dollar game.
Which wait, you haven't picked up anything yet?
No, not yet. I think it's because I was like, the games that I want are still kind of like really pricey, and then I'm still waiting for the Project Octopath.
Okay. Octopath is soon. Was that in 2 weeks?
July 13, I think.
Let's
I know
see.
it's coming out pretty fast.
Path Traveler is coming out. It is, dude. Oh, I can't wait, man.
Yup.
I'll tell you why in a second, man. But yeah, man, what's going on? What else is going on this week?
Not much. Just went to the fair with my family, celebrating my 30-year-old birthday. Other than that, I wanted to mention though, Pokemon. Dude, I don't know why I'm so invested, but I am pretty. I thought I wasn't gonna be this crazy invested, but I'm still like kind of hooked. It got me good. You know, I ended up actually spending $5 on my Team Rocket outfit. So I was like, oh,
no way, dude.
Yeah. So it got me. So I've been catching a lot of Pokemon, but basically, a recent article said that Niantic, the people that made Pokemon Go, are actually working on the AR, for better. I gotta show you the video, but it's like they're working better on the AR platform for their Pokemon Go, and basically, it looks like everything is going to become more natural and augmented for the real world kind of thing. So it's like, do you remember where you turn on AR in Pokemon Go and it shows the background of wherever you're at and the Pokemon just standing in the middle? Well, they're working on it where the Pokemon is running and weaving in and out of objects or like jumping around. Like if there's an actual, like, I don't know, let's say a plant or a tree, it goes behind the tree. If there's people walking around, it like actually goes around the people, and just it looks more fluid. And right now it's still in beta mode, but if they actually release it, I think Pokemon Go might actually come back, because, or at least if they use that same technology on their future Pokemon games, because it's just like the way how their platform or their game is interacting with actual 3D space. That's pretty innovative, especially like in IT or in technology these days, because they give you the illusion of like it's reacting to environments, but this one is like it actually reacting to ever-changing environments, different variables in the real world, and all that. So if they have this technology, I think other games like Harry Potter and whatnot are it's gonna take off. VR and AR is gonna take off in the future.
So if people walk around with like, I don't know, their phones like attached, that Samsung thing where you can put your phone into it and then just attach it to your face. Sort of people just walk around with that, but they could see, right? Because it's using the camera to show them what's around them and shit. Yeah, and everybody's just playing Pokemon Go that way. That would be kind of crazy.
Dude, that would actually be pretty crazy. I think they're starting to bring back the glasses. Trying to focus better on the glasses.
I was just talking to someone about that the other day. The Google Glass, huh? They just completely ended that project.
Yeah, I don't know why they ended it, but they stopped with that, and I know, I don't know if it's Google, but there's a different company that's working on like having that kind of feature in cars, on the dashboard cars. So like you see the weather, the news, and whatnot, even though it's going to distract them, but and then it starts calculating like if you have directions, it'll like broadcast it on your not your dashboard, but the windshield. There you go. It's everything is implemented in the windshield.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting too.
I've seen that. I think the newer BMWs, the odometer at least is on the windshield. Like when you turn on the car, you can see like how fast you're going on the windshield there. I could see how that would be. But that would be cool too if the arrows, were actually in the street based on your windshield. You know what I mean? It's telling you where to turn and stuff, so you can prepare for it rather than 2 seconds before you have to turn. Turn right here.
Yeah, turn left here, and you're like 4 lanes on from the other side.
That is the worst. That's the worst situation, man. But I think that'd be cool. I mean, I don't know if that would make me play the game again. So, if you, let's say you're playing Pokemon at a beach or something, boardwalk or whatever, and you're playing there and you use the augmented reality and you see a Squirtle, the Squirtle can like hide behind a trash can, and if you throw the Pokeball
exactly, it's gonna be hiding behind a trash can, and I'm guessing that would be pretty cool though if it's like actually in the water in the ocean, and then you're but you better have a waterproof phone or something.
Yeah, man. Shit.
But like you have the water, I don't know, Gyarados in the distance,
I can
like
see
swimming
it now.
around.
It's
like
when you play Pokemon Go nowadays, it says do not trespass while playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
it's gonna say don't put your phone in water while playing Pokemon Go, which is like a no shit thing to do.
Don't swim with Pokemon Go.
That shit is funny, man. I think that'd be cool. I mean, it would definitely add more gameplay to it, but yeah, I don't know if that's enough for me as it is right now.
Exactly.
Right? Because we never played. I mean, didn't playing with the AR kind of make it harder or kill your battery?
Yeah, and it was like tough too. It's like you basically, when I switched to it recently, I was throwing Pokeball at the normal distance, but I kept overthrowing it. And I was like, man, why is it like that? Like, I guess the camera changes your position, and it's just making a guesstimate. And I don't know, it was really tough to actually use that camera
because you could walk towards it and away from it, right? And it would be just a certain distance still.
Yeah,
or it would change the distance, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Like, I immediately turned it off, but I'll have to get back to you on that. But it was just harder, basically.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember why we turned it off.
Battery, and it was hard. I think.
It's hard. Yeah, ever since you told me about the new stuff and the trading and all that, I did reinstall it, but I think the only times I played it were when I was at a drive-through at McDonald's or something, and when I opened up the app, there was like 6 Pokemon around me. So I was like, all right, just let me catch all these motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the catch rate is like a lot easier too. I mean, it used to be no matter how hard you tried, even if you got the ball in the small circle and you got like an excellent or a great, the Pokemon would still pop out. You know what I'm saying?
Pop out. Yeah.
But I think they get caught if you use enough skill to catch those things. The second time I used it was at work. I threw something in the microwave for like 3 minutes. I think like some soup or something. And I was like, let me play Pokemon Go. And there was like 4 Pokemon around me. And I think that's when I sent you that screenshot I did but I still got it. I think I did a curve shot, got an excellent, and I caught it on my first throw, and I was like, "Yep." You could take the player out the Pokemon game, but you can't take the Pokemon game out the player,
Pokemon
man.
Master out of the Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll have to take a lot, man. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think so too. Like, there's really, it's just mainly just catching Pokemon, and you have your raids and all that. But I can see where the retention is gonna be tough later down the line, or tough coming back.
It'll really depend on how crazy Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are, I think.
Exactly.
If that is really like a great game, a fun game to play on the Switch, then that might make me move back over, dude. Just so you could like catch Pokemon on the side, but still put it in the game, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because man, yesterday Dennis showed me had a green Grimer, dude. That almost made me want to play. I was like, man, I can get green Pokemon now, but apparently those are super rare. So
that's what I was saying. Like, open up those gifts we all been giving you, and they'll give you an egg, Aloha egg, and I'm not sure which color was it, but then you'll end up getting that. Like, we got like a blue or purple Meowth. There's a black Rattata. I'm trying to get like the white Vulpix, but yeah, like the green Grimer. I'm like, what? That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of green, dude, Danny hit me up, when was that, Friday? And said that Walmart was selling the watermelon color wave of the Joy-Cons for like $20, dude.
Dude, yeah, like I remember he texted me too and hit me up, and I like Googled it, and
it's true.
Like, he gave me a site like where they would be at in stores, and like I think maybe, I don't know. Basically, they're sold out everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere I was like looking at, and I was like, okay, let me check my place. And I looked in LA, and I was like, okay, they're kind of sold out everywhere. And I was like, oh wait, they have 3 in stock. The place in Torrance, and I was like, wait, Torrance sounds familiar. I was like, motherfucker, I was just there like literally today because I had work there. I was doing work around that whole area. And I was like, man, if I was still there, I would have been able to just like gone to Walmart and just pick it up. But,
buy some, yeah.
I was like, I am not about to go, an hour's train ride or whatever bus ride to fucking down there, back there.
Yeah.
So.
Damn it, that could have been my green Joy-Con, man.
Dude, it looked pretty sick too. I was like, oh wow, shit.
Nah, I gotta get them both green, dude. I can't just have a green and a red one. That's weird. Speaking of Walmart, dude, they did those leaks a while ago, man. Where they showed, I think, Rage 2, the new Forza. They showed Hitman 2 or something on there. Basically, all these games that got announced at E3, they spoiled on the Walmart website, right? Wait, was that Joy-Con thing a mistake, or did they mean to sell for $20?
I have no idea, but all I know is like it was sold out completely everywhere.
Whoever's in charge of their online store should get promoted, man. I think this is the most I've thought about Walmart in the past 2 months than ever, dude. But on the line of leaks, Amazon just listed Bloodborne 2, dude.
Oh, what?
So maybe it's true, dude.
What if someone's just being a troll? They're like, I really love this game. Let's
really risking their job to troll, man. But this isn't the first we've heard about this, right? I mean, like, Anthony's been talking about it too for a while. He's been pushing it. I don't know. I don't think it's possible just because From Software is already making Sekiro, and then they're making that VR game too. So, and they're making, aren't they making an Armored Core game or something?
Was that from? I don't know.
They're making something. What are they making a game on the Switch?
Are they? Was that the Armored Core game I was like showing you?
I think so. I think that's them too.
Oh,
the Machina one.
Machina X. I don't remember.
Here we go. It is. What the fuck? Okay, I think you said it to me in Skype. what's it called? Yeah, the Daemon Ex Machina. Is that?
Oh,
I think that is.
From Software.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
no.
But either way, they have those 3 games that they're putting out right now. I don't think they have time. If they had the time to make Bloodborne, that would be fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh hey, we're making a bunch of new games. Let's just make Bloodborne 2 while we're at it. What the fuck? That'd be
What
wild.
if it was like a secret division? Just like,
That'd be crazy.
all right,
dude.
you guys are gonna be locked in the dark and just keep working on Bloodborne while we're gonna broadcast all these other
Locked
games.
in the dark. I mean, to be honest, I would be fine with the DLC, dude. If they came out with a Bloodborne DLC like 3 years after the game came out, I would be down. I'd be down to pick it up. But yeah, dude, it's just funny thinking about it and how that's like one of the most wanted games out there, and people keep fucking around and throwing its name out there.
Yeah,
I just think it's super funny. What else? Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. Summer Games Done Quick was this week, man, and that's just that yearly event they have. They have Summer Games Done Quick and Awesome Games Done Quick. I don't know when they do the Awesome one. I think they do that in winter or something. But anyways, it's just a week-long marathon of people speedrunning games and beating games that take us 5 hours to beat in 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I think this guy played Super Mario World blindfolded and shit, dude. And still beat it faster than I would ever do while looking at it, man.
Wow.
It's crazy, man. Just like the little challenges they have and shit. It's wild, man. But a couple of them that I like watched through and through that weren't so quick. I watched the Mario Odyssey one, and it's crazy, man. Like, you actually have to be super skilled to speedrun Mario Odyssey, right? Because they do a lot of hat jumps, jumping off walls, then a hat jump, and then jumping off a wall again.
Like
just
almost
like all kinds of
infinitely?
shit. Yeah. And for me, who's actually played the game, the timing on that is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll try to do the hat jump and dive off of your hat, and you just dive straight through it and miss. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's kind of wild. I think that helped me appreciate that speedrun more. I think they beat the entire story in like, what was it? An hour? Maybe an hour and 10 minutes or something like that.
Damn.
But it was wild, dude. There's this one part where the game wants you to go like in this cave so you can make your way up a mountain or something. And in the speedrun, they just jumped up the mountain. I was like, what the fuck, dude? That's so broken. Another one of the speedruns I really watched, it was the last one, was for Final Fantasy VI. They played the game 100%. Guess how long the speedrun is to 100% Final Fantasy VI?
4 hours.
7 hours, dude.
Damn, dude.
That's crazy. That dude was sitting there for 7 hours straight fucking playing
like
that
a
game.
50-hour game in 7 hours?
7 hours.
Oh
Yeah, that's very
God.
true too, actually. But for those, they were using, I think, like an RNG manipulation thing to where they knew the number of steps they were taking, so they knew when a random battle was going to appear. It's wild, man. I don't know how the hell they came up with that stuff. But it's kind of the similar thing when you do Chrono Trigger too. I think at certain points in the game, you reset the system, so it resets that random number generator, and you can keep counting on when the random battles will happen. It's kind of wild, dude.
Damn.
How they were explaining, because it affects everything, not only the battles but the attacks that the bosses are going to use when you fight them depend on it too. So it's wild, man. And that made me realize I'd never played Final Fantasy VI.
Which
Have
one
you
is
played
that
it?
one?
That's the one with Kefka and the Magitech armor and stuff. It was on Super Nintendo, but dude, I have really never played that, man. So I feel like I need to jump in, and I don't know, either find it on, is it on the Switch? Find it on the PlayStation Store, because they made, I think, Final Fantasy Anthology, right, which was 5 and 6 or something like that. Back in the day for the PS1, which is funny because that was one of the last PlayStation 1 games I ever saw in the store. I think I was at Target and I was in the games aisle, and this was like when Grand Theft Auto Vice City or something was coming out, right? Mm-hmm. And it was all PlayStation 2 games, but there was this small little rack of PlayStation 1 games, and I look at it and it's Final Fantasy Anthology, and I was like, huh, this game must suck. Well, that was the last ever PlayStation 1 game I saw in the wild, dude. So that's kind of crazy, man. I think I have to find it somewhere. Definitely won't try to emulate it, you know what I mean? I'll try to play it fairly.
Yeah.
But you're right. That game will probably take me 50 hours. And at the same time, I think I really do just need to take my time and play a turn-based RPG. Because Final Fantasy VI is a lot like Octopath Traveler, right?
Yeah.
Like the way the sprites look. I mean, Octopath Traveler obviously looks way cleaner and crisper. But it's kind of like the same thing. Like the monsters are super detailed, but your sprites are just still little pixelated guys or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, actually can't wait for Project Octopath Traveler. Or it's just called Octopath Traveler now, right?
I like to call it Project Octopath.
Because that's what they introduced it as.
Exactly.
So, can't wait, dude, to get my turn-based RPG gaming on. Definitely going to Thing soon. What's that place called? Australia. And I heard that's one of the longest flights, dude, ever.
Oh, dude, if you go there, can you catch me a Kangaskhan?
Definitely, man. I'm already looking up, what do you call those? Like the portable Wi-Fi things, man.
Yeah.
Definitely looking for those already. So I'm going to catch like 20 of them, and I'm going to like trade it all to you guys, man.
I'd sell like 10 of them for $100 each.
Shit. That is like a drug deal, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like, meet me at the McDonald's. And fucking, on Arrow Drive. In Arrow Drive. I know, dude. In the first tube by the slide. That it is.
And I would like a number one.
Some little kid shows up like, hi, you had a Kangaskhan? I'm like, yeah. Where's the money? He gives me like $20. All right. Add me as a friend and we'll trade. It's like the most shadiest drug Pokemon deal ever, dude. Oh, that'd be funny, man. That'd be funny.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm serious. If you can catch a lot, just like put it on Craigslist saying, we'll trade Kangaskhan for like $50 or something like
Shit, that. I know. $50 in a Pidgey.
Yup.
That'd be wild, man. But yeah, I mean, during that flight, to Australia, I'm definitely going to be playing, what's it called? Xenogears?
Yeah. Oh yes.
I have it installed on my Vita just for this trip, dude.
Thank you.
every time I go, like, I don't know, use the bathroom or something here at the house, I'll bring my Vita with me to play. And I'm like, should I just start this up and put it in sleep mode? No, I gotta save that for the plane ride, man. The longest plane ride known to man. I gotta save it, dude.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be having that conversation in the next couple months, dude. When I get back, it'll be good times.
Good times.
But yeah, man, I think that is it for us this week. We will see you guys next week. But until then, Rick, some words of wisdom.
If you see a Team Rocket person in the gym, that is me.
All right, guys.